Hey guys, Travis here on the third day of the first week of the summer split. I'm joined by Crumbzz from Dignitas off of a very strange game versus Velocity, win for them. Crumbzz, what is up with Dignitas these games? You just seem to have really odd matches.
Yeah, I mean, we even have to pause for like 10 minutes because my actual keyboard and mouse just stopped working. They just stopped completely. And we're like, oh, I guess we can't play. And we had that strange game, the one against CLG, and then I guess you could say the Cloud9 was kind of strange, but I guess that's a new dig trend. We're one step ahead, just providing entertainment.
So that's what it is. It's not like you just want really entertaining games. You could beat them all like you did TSM, but
I want to beat everyone like we beat TSM. Like, it's just the byproduct of our games is entertainment. So
understandable. So you have you've got all this stuff going on in these games. Like how do you maintain like composure, or do you, or is it just like a madhouse back there while all this like crazy stuff is going through
during
the team?
game, well, we got taken off guard during Champ Select, but then during the game we kept that actually really cool. We knew what we had to do. We just had to keep fighting, and we just kept going for that. And at certain times we went a bit too crazy, but in the end, we knew what we had to do. We just had to fight them as much as possible. And at first we were sort of hesitant, like, oh, maybe they're a bit stronger than us. We don't want to commit completely. But then towards the end, we're just like, nah, screw this. We have to go and kill them. Like, even if your abilities miss, just run at them, and then we'll win just by running.
What do you think happened in that game? Was it just that you guys had really good late game heroes, or like what allowed you to swing back in?
Well, they don't have late game heroes, and then secondly, we have engage kind of with Zach Cannon, even though they have disengage. So I mean, we will always have engage, and they'll always have disengage. But if they can get their abilities off without getting CC'd, and our AD carry ended up building a frozen mallet, which allowed for some more engage kiting power kind of thing. But basically, I think the big swing for us was in the top lane when I landed an ultimate on jump on Maple Street, and then I knocked him out of his rocket jump, which allowed us to start the fight. And I think we cleaned them up 4-0 and get Baron. Yeah.
Speaking of Zach, yesterday in the CLG match, there was a decent amount of criticism about some of the plays that you in particular made on Zach. I'm curious if you think that those criticisms were justified, and if so, like what kind of happened there?
No, that's definitely justified. I got overzealous that game and then didn't make some proper decisions. Now, granted, on the game that's like 80-minute long, I rewatched it. That was the last thing I did in the night because I wanted to just sleep on a bad note. I didn't want to drag it through the night. But basically, in such a long game, everybody makes like game losing mistakes. But mine were the most prevalent since I was engaged. And it's just such a pain to play against Janna. Like, come on, Janna's every game. You could see today I was against Janna as well, and Tristana to top things off. It's just a huge pain in the ass. So until I can play against Janna, I'll be happy. And then that's what happened against TSM. Played Zach against Janna, and then we won easily.
So what have you guys been doing to sort of get back in after the break to sort of swing back in? Have you guys been scrimming for like 3-4 weeks, or just a couple, or what's the plan for Dignitas to sort of bring themselves back into the LCS?
We want to I think it's good for us that we have Odie and Stress coming down from the UK to help us out. So hopefully we can keep people down here to really help us, because even though the whole dig house is just filthy. The kitchen only. Okay. Yeah, I have my separate drawer, but they help us out cleaning, and it's sort of maid kind of service. Okay. An extremely expensive maid, but it's good, and I really appreciate that, and it really helps us to focus out. And when we're down after a game, they really know how to give us a lift of spirit.
So the way that Dignitas is coming back in is that you just have Odie and Stress pick up after you. That's the strategy?
The LDR, they're cleaning our house.
Well, I mean, what's the practice been like for you guys? Like, have you been scrimming a ton over the past couple of weeks, or when did you start to get back into the swing of things?
Our scrims is, I think, how it's always been. It's sort of a loose schedule, and by loose I mean it's not a lot. It's 6 hours a day, and we only have 1 day off. And typically we do that, and then we also have like 2 to 5 hours of solo queue individually. Okay. So you actually play a lot of the game, and then on your day off, sometimes you just find yourself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to play the game the whole day. And then you just wonder what you're doing with your life.
That's when you decide to stream or something?
Yeah, but To be honest, it's taking a toll on me because my eyes hurt all the time now.
Got to get those gunners.
Maybe.
You have anything you want to say sort of at the end of this interview?
No, just shout out to my fans and the Dignitas supporters and all the LOL eSports fans, because they're the millions of people that watch us are really the ones that allow us to do this and bring these crazy games to you through the internet.
Very good. Well, hey, thanks a ton for the interview. Best of luck throughout I mean, I know we're almost done with Super Week, but best of luck for the rest of it. And for everyone, this is Travis on the third day of the first week of the summer split. You can catch out the rest of our coverage at gamespot.com/LCS.